Hi everyone, Reverend Sarah from St. Paul's United in Paris, Ontario. I hope you're doing pretty well this week. There is a lot going on. There is war and conflict between Russia and Ukraine happening. There is fear and uncertainty around what's happening with the pandemic and moving into the next phase of reopening things. So the first thing I want to do is encourage everybody to be patient and gentle and kind with one another as we shift our focus to these things. And for those of you who are feeling a little bit helpless around what's happening in the Ukraine or in Ukraine, I want to offer that there is prayer vigils happening. We aren't hosting one specifically through St. Paul's, but I will post links to ones that are happening through the United Church of Canada and through a couple of other congregations for folks to take part in. And I will also be posting links for where you can send financial support if that's what you would like to do. Again, the United Church of Canada is working usually with ACT Alliance, which is an international group that has people actually on the ground in places where there's war and conflict. And so I'll post those things once they become available to our Facebook group and get Karen to send them out in the e-blast for those people who are feeling the need to do something and other than just praying by themselves. There's those are some tangible ways that people can take part in some things that are happening. We are shifting this week into the season of Lent, and that's kind of crazy to think about. I had a wise colleague, who said this last couple of years has felt like the season of Lent, like we've been wandering in the desert with Jesus, being tempted by so many things, and it's kind of crazy that we're already at almost fully the 2-year mark of this pandemic, and I think that that's significant. I think as we reopened this past Sunday for in-person worship, and as our world opens up a little bit more in terms of restrictions or easing back on restrictions even more, people can feel a little bit scared and uncertain. But as I say, let's just keep patient and kind with one another as we shift into this new normal. As we shift into the new normal, I'm going to offer a couple of ways that you can take part in things happening around here. So the first is an online service of worship. Tomorrow evening is, of course, Ash Wednesday. This is the beginning of our Lenten season. And the United Ministers who've been doing this guest preaching series together are going to be hosting an online service of worship from 7 p.m. until about 7:30. So not a really long service, but it will be a way for us to enter into the Lenten season together. It'll be the Zoom link has been posted, but it'll be reposted for you. The information there you can find to join us online. The only things that you will need to join us are some oil. We're not going to be able to have ashes for everybody taking part in our service. So if you've got some oil around your house, some olive oil, some canola oil, some sunflower oil, some avocado oil. I don't recommend butter or cooking spray, but some oil around the house to anoint with, and a piece of paper and a pen and a candle. So those are the only things you need to attend, and come as you are, online from wherever you are. All are welcome to the table for our Ash Wednesday service. The second thing that's going to be happening during the season of Lent is we are going to try a Lenten study again. During my first year with the pastoral charge, we got shut down in the middle of a Lenten series that I was doing on women of the Bible. And so we're going to pick that up a little bit, and we're going to continue along with our book, And She Said, and we're going to do an in-person Lenten study on women near the cross, and it's chapter 6 of this book. We are going to be doing Mondays from 11 to noon, and that's going to be over in the meeting room at St. Paul's Place. So what used to be our house to home room in the manse across the road here, or across the parking lot from the church. We are going to be doing that on Mondays, 11 a.m. till noon, and hopefully those who are comfortable and ready to come to an in-person Bible study will come and join us. You do not need a copy of this book to attend. There is copies available online if you would like to purchase one, or you can also perhaps get a copy still over at the Grand River bookstore here in Paris, located at Five Oaks. That's a lot. There's a lot going on. There is a lot to think about, and perhaps you haven't decided something that you will take on or let go of during this season of Lent. The person that I preached on this past Sunday, the woman who knew Jesus, was Salome, who's the mother of James and John. and those disciples of Jesus. And Salome was looking back in her life as an old woman and thinking, I didn't get the message of Jesus until he died. It wasn't until I was standing there watching this beloved nephew. So she is purported to have been Jesus's aunt, as the sister of Mary, mother of Jesus. As she stood there, then she finally got what he was trying to do, the justice and peace and hope and love that he was trying to share with the world. And so as we shift into this season, I want to bring back this tweet that I talked about in my sermon on Sunday and leave you with that as you think about practices that you might take on or let go of, or just about how you want to be in this world as we move forward. And so Dr. Michael J. Spiegel had this tweet that said, the question should never be, is my action leftist or right-wing, liberal or conservative, socialist or capitalist? The question should always be, does this action love my neighbor, look out for their interests more than my own, manifest the fruit of the Spirit? That's the reflection I'm going to leave you with as we shift into this season. I hope that you're safe. I hope you're well. And of course, as always, I hope I get to see you soon. We will talk to you later, friends.